Our top story tonight, 2 teens are dead after a high-speed chase in northwest Bexar County. Sheriff Javier Salazar says the 2 teens were seen breaking into vehicles in a nearby neighborhood before the crash. KENS 5 reporter Mike Jimenez has the latest in this investigation.
Bexar County deputies say the teens crashed right here into this ditch before an officer arrived to the scene, and both teens were ejected from the vehicle.
These young men are deceased, unfortunately, as a result of some very, very poor choices on their part.
Bexar County deputies say it was around 4 early Sunday morning when they were called out to a neighborhood at the intersection of Blacktail, Crest, and Bonito Loop near Culebra Road in far northwest Bexar County. The caller reported 2 men driving through the neighborhood in an early 2000 model Toyota.
In fact, we do have video showing the 2 suspects engaging in that sort of activity, going into driveways, checking door handles, burglarizing vehicles.
A neighbor provided this video showing the teens trying to break into his vehicles just minutes before deputies arrived. When deputies arrived, they say they saw the Toyota speeding away from the neighborhood.
The deputy attempted to turn his vehicle and engage in pursuing the vehicle. He activated his overhead lights, but then reported that he then lost sight of the vehicle.
Sheriff Salazar says a second officer on Culebra saw the Toyota speeding while crossing in front of him.
It does appear by all accounts at this point that when the deputies arrived on scene, the vehicle had already wrecked out and the 2 suspects were laying critically injured and were pronounced deceased here on the scene.
Deputies say before the teens crashed, they took out a railing and ended up in a ditch. The sheriff says the Toyota could have been stolen. Inside the vehicle, deputies say they found some items they believe were stolen, including tools and a first aid kit.
But the owners typically don't find these until they wake up in the morning and find the vehicle. The suspects in this case are both wearing gloves at this point. Again, in keeping with what we believe they were doing was burglarizing vehicles. So it's certainly a tragic loss of life.
Now, deputies have not identified the teens. Sheriff Salazar says that it appears deputies did follow policies and procedures, and that deputy who initially tried to pull the teens over will be placed on administrative duty pending the outcome of their investigation. Mike Jimenez, KENS 5.